everybody, and welcome back to Donut Like, Donut Read. I'm Adam, at your service, and with me today I have Clemens.
Hello there.
And Julius.
Hey.
And so I just saw the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie this weekend. It was a lot of fun, and I figured there's gotta be some terrible Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stories out there. And lo and behold, there was. We found a really spicy one for you today called Why I Made You Feel Bad, Bro, by Bobecca Forever 4698.
Yeah, that's probably their date of birth at the end.
Yeah, and Bob, Rebecca. Maybe two people run this account.
Is the cover image just broken for me, or is it broken for you guys
It's broken
too?
for me too. It looks like whatever it was, it's glitched out.
Mysterious. Lost media, I guess.
So, why not someone try to decipher this summary for us? It's a lot to take in.
Michelangelo thinks Leonardo hates him. Raphael believes Leonardo does hate Michelangelo. But Donatello believes Leonardo doesn't hate Michelangelo. Leonardo tries to calm Michelangelo. Will it all become a really yaoi story? I don't think I've ever seen yaoi used as an adjective like this.
Yeah.
Or can it become a really humorous story? Because those are mutually exclusive, I guess.
Yep. You can't be funny and gay at the same time.
Yeah. As soon as the story starts to get yaoi, it sucks all the fun out of it. There can be no more jokes. They all go away. Beware, the story may leave you mind broken.
Oh no! What are we getting into?
Beware, the story will put you in a coma.
Oh no, it's even worse.
But I will be surprised if you're able to finish this story. Wait, is that supposed to be a good thing? Who writes that about their own story? I don't think you'll even make it through. I don't think you'll survive. You're gonna be mind broken before you get to the end. Enjoy.
I mean, it's typical for YouTube videos that most people shut off way before the halfway point, so maybe the author thinks that it's the same case with their fic.
Fair enough. But still, not something you would write about your own story in the description, which is supposed to make me want to read it, I think.
Yeah, they challenged us here, though. They's like, I'll be surprised. I'm like, oh, I'm going to surprise you. We're going to finish this story. It's not that long, so easy enough to do.
Yeah, and so the start of the description, Raphael believes Leonardo does hate Michelangelo. Why doesn't he just talk to Leonardo? Why just assume things?
Maybe he will. Maybe that's why things will get yaoi. Or humorous. Either one.
Alright. So, this is Chapter 1. A Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles yaoi story.
Oh, now you've spoiled
Leonardo
it. Now I know it's gonna become yaoi and not humorous.
Yeah. Man, it's not gonna be funny. They lied to us when they put romance and humor into this as the categories.
Yeah, you can't spoil this. You can't spoil it like that in the first line. Come on.
Will it become yaoi? Yes. A Leonardo and Michelangelo story. Yeah, they just keep misspelling that. Why I Made You Feel Bad, Bro. Chapter 1. I feel like you don't trust me, bro.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, man.
So this is from Michelangelo's perspective. So whoever's reading Michelangelo can read this, like the starting here. Oh, is that me?
I think so.
Yes.
Wow, okay
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, Adam's mind is broken.
Yeah,
Already?
It did not take long.
This offer isn't joking around, guys.
Yeah. We better take this seriously. Because it's not funny. We already established that. I was starting to feel like since our last celebration, we haven't been able to be friends. But you hate me. Donnie looked at me and said... Oh, that's me also.
Mikey, what's the matter, bro?
I sigh and say, do you think me and Leonardo can ever get along again? Raph looked at me and said,
What do you think, bro?
Leo walked in and said,
We've been with each other for a long time. I've not had any chance to treat you with respect, so I'm sorry.
Not 1 or 3. Also, that was fast. Like, we went from, here's the conflict, and now let me resolve it. Here's Leonardo, already apologizing.
But not respecting him enough to use proper ellipses.
Yeah.
But, hey, Clemens, you were right. All they needed to do was talk about it, and it got solved. And, like, we don't even know what the hell, like, why he even thought Leonardo hated him.
Yeah.
It's not explained. I hugged Leo and said, I forgive you, bro. Leo hugs back and says to me,
You're a good kid, Mikey. Not 1 or 3.
Raph looks at Donnie and says,
That's not what I had in mind.
Donnie looked at Raph and said,
What did you have in mind?
Raph said,
I thought Leo would have yelled at Mikey.
Donnie shook his head.
Leo's more calm than you, bro.
Raph growled and said,
Don't start.
Donnie said,
Let's leave Leo and Mikey to have some alone time, bro.
Some quality time.
Raph growls and says,
Fine. Man, I'm pissed. I wanted him to yell at him.
Donnie and Raph exit and Leo looks at Mike. It's now suddenly in third person. Looks at Mikey and says,
Well, I want you to know that I think that you're pretty cool. You're one of a kind.
Okay.
Mikey looks at Leo and says, You mean it? Leo nods and Mikey hugs Leo tightly and says, Thank you. You're an amazing leader, bro.
Yo,
To
bro.
be continued.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I'm getting some serious Lord Jeremy Silver vibes already.
So, the conflict that was promised to us in the description has already been resolved. Like, we don't even know what was the problem in the first place, and then they didn't even have to talk to each other. Like, Leo immediately walked in there going like, yeah, please forgive me, I actually like you.
It's a mystery.
And for some
It's
reason,
like the whole...
and for some reason, Raphael got pissed at that. Like, that guy really wanted his brothers to yell at each other. I guess he was gonna
Raphael's
sit
the
there.
hothead.
Yeah, he was gonna sit in the corner with his popcorn. It's like the real life Maury show for him.
Yeah. I guess he really needs... I mean, they live in the sewers. He just needed some drama. It's probably really boring down there.
I don't know, you got some, sewer rats?
Yeah. Okay. So, let's see. I don't think this one has a person narrative, so, Clemens, you can read. Start at chapter 2.
Okay, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Yaoi story. A Leonardo and Michelangelo story. Why I made you feel bad, bro. That seems very familiar.
A little too familiar.
Chapter 2, The Confession. Leo looked at Mikey and said, "Thanks, bro."
Thanks, man, there it is. I was making a joke, but here it is.
Donnie and Rev run in and say,
Oh god. Someone needs to count us down.
Well, counts down. 3, 2, 1.
Leo,
Mikey, we've got a
mission.
Leo pulls away from Mikey and said, "What's our mission?" Rev said,
The Krang are back and are trying to destroy the Earth.
Mikey said,
But didn't we destroy them?
Donnie said,
If we did, they wouldn't be here, would they?
Who's sassy?
Mikey sighed and said, "No, I guess not." Leo looked at Mikey and said, "It is
No, you read Mikey's line, but
Yeah.
you can read Leo's. I mean, Leo's your person, so.
It's not very clearly written."
Yeah, I know. It's confusing. Again, at least Lord Jeremy Silver, he had the opposite problem of making too many paragraphs. This author has no paragraphs.
Yeah.
I mean, Lord Jeremy Silver writes with the intention to make you come. This author writes with the intention to break your mind.
Well, jokes on him, my mind has been broken since Shed Light Story. Don't think there's any topping that.
Mikey, maybe this time we'll defeat them. What do you think, Donnie and Rev? Donnie sighed and said,
I don't think so. The Krang have gathered much more mutagen, and they want to mutate us first. But we already mutated?
It's almost like the
Aren't
story
we ready?
didn't make any sense. I don't know.
Master Splinter entered and said,
No, you were always turtles, my sons. Not one and three. Great line. You were always turtles, my sons.
Donnie said,
So what will happen to us?
Master Splinter said,
You will become humans, not one and three.
Donnie said,
Sweet! I can finally be like April, and maybe we can begin dating.
Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
Rev said,
Whoa, bro. This not supposed to be a good thing.
Splinter said,
Let him be happy about it. You all will enjoy being human. I should know. I used to be human.
Mikey said,
What do you think, Leo?
Leo looked at Mikey and said, Bro, I need to tell you something. In private. He's either gonna tell a joke or make out with him.
No, it has to be the latter because, again, there's no humor in this story.
Yeah.
Donnie looked at Leo and cocked his eyebrow and said,
Bro, come on, you can say it public.
Leo said, No one but Mikey can hear this. Leo walks towards the door leading to the place where they watch Space Heroes. Mikey followed him. Once he and Leo were in the room where they watch Space Heroes, Leo shut the door and looked Mikey. Mikey said,
So what's your big secret, bro?
Leo looked at Mikey and said, Bro, I love you as more than a brother.
I know there was literally like no chemistry between us, and also What does this have to do with... Like, because from the timing it seems like... Like, did Splinter telling them they're gonna become humans, like, did that make him realize that? Or why is he bringing that up now?
I think they actually goes into that in a later chapter. Like,
Okay.
they talk a little bit more about that,
Then I
like
didn't
being
say
human,
anything.
but we'll see.
I guess I love you more if we're both human, I guess.
Mikey was not sure what to say. Leo knew Mikey wasn't that bright and not good with making a move, so Leo made the first move. He kissed Mikey, not 1 or 3. To be continued.
Ooh. Normally I would start freaking out about how, all the stories we read are incestuous, but since they pretty much announced the pairing in the opening, I can't really complain.
I guess, yeah.
Like, we knew what we were getting ourselves into. So, I guess you can keep reading, Clemens, because this is more third person.
Okay, but I think Julius can read the first 3 lines, so we each have read
Okay.
them once, and then
Okay.
we skip them if they appear later.
Okay.
A Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Yaoi story. A Leonardo and Micheal story. Why I made you feel bad, bro?
Chapter 3. Donnie and Rev find out. Mikey kisses Leo back. Leo licks Mikey's lower lip. Mikey
Wow.
opens his mouth, allowing Leo's tongue in.
Ah!
I don't want to think about the turtles kissing. This doesn't do anything for me.
Too fast.
Donnie looked at Rev and said,
Bro, what do you think Leo and Mikey's up to? They've been in there for 5 minutes and 35 seconds. I've been counting the seconds, apparently.
"Is this secretly a creepypasta where they count each second?" I was reading my DLDR fanfic as usual, but suddenly my mind broke and there was hyper-realistic yaoi on my screen.
Yeah, everyone had yaoi hands suddenly. Got weirdly small heads and large hands for some reason.
Rev said,
Let's bust in on them.
Splinter blocks them.
No! We must wait!
Donnie said,
We've been waiting for 6 minutes.
And
Rev went around Splinter and ran into the door, busting it down. Donnie and Splinter see Leo and Mikey French kissing. Rev sees it after he became conscious.
after he became conscious... What? Wait, what? He was unconscious before? Before this...
He was just sleepwalking this entire time.
All my life I've been blind.
Donnie and Rev laugh at Leo and Mikey, but Splinter puts his hands over their mouths and says,
If Leo and Mikey wanna be together, then let them be together. Not 1, not 3.
Donnie and Rev looked at each other in confusion, and one Splinter pulled his hands away, and Donnie said to Rev,
Raph, we're going to need to get used to this.
Leo opened his eyes and saw that Rev, Donnie and Splinter were watching him and Mikey French kissing. Leo pulled away and said, What the heck, bros? Mikey said,
Yeah, what's your problem?
Well, thank you for realizing that I have multiple problems right now, because as a matter of fact I do.
Yeah, I got 99 problems, and turtles kissing is one of them, apparently.
To be continued. Okay, we have our usual stuff at the top because we need to pad out the word count of the fic.
I really like how little conflict there was. Like, the beginning conflict immediately solved. Like, solved before it was even started. Then, like, you think with, like, the setup where they meet in secret and make out, you think they would keep it a secret for a little bit longer, so there would be, like, some suspense. You'd be asking yourself, like, will the others find out? But, like, no. They just bust through the door immediately and find out. And I guess everyone's immediately okay with it. No conflict.
Yeah, everyone's just okay with the fact that their brothers are kissing each other. I don't know if the turtles are actually biologically related or not, but I mean, it's still weird if it's like you saw him as your brother for all these years and now you're kissing him.
Yeah.
Oh, and we actually have a POV this time again. Chapter 4, from Donnie's point of view.
There we go.
I felt like laughing Leo and Mikey, but I remember Splinter said, I looked at Leo and said, Bros, it's cool. We're cool with you being together. Raph looked at me and said,
Donnie, what are you saying? We aren't cool with them being together. Oh, what is this now? Is it conflict in my non-humorous Yaoi story?
Yeah.
Leo looked at me and said,
You mean it, Donnie?
I say, of course I do. Mikey looked at me and said, Thanks, Donnie.
Thanks, man.
I smile and say, You're welcome, bro. Raph glared at me and said,
You're not so you're so not right, bro. For some reason I read that as you're not so bright, bro.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm kind of with Raph on this one. I think it's a little weird. It'd be really hard to adjust to seeing, like, your brothers making out all the time.
Yeah.
I look at Raph and said, What are you talking about?
What are you talking
Leo
about?
and Mikey.
What you talking about, Willis?
Leo and Mikey head to the train car I made. I walk with Raph and say, What were you talking about a moment ago, bro?
It was pretty obvious. What do you mean?
Yeah. He's just... Yeah, Donatello's supposed to be the smart one.
Raph said,
You aren't serious about we're cool with Leo and Mikey being together, right?
I shake my head and say, Of course not. Raph sighs a sigh of relief and said,
Thank goodness. I'd be mad if you were.
To be continued.
I wonder if this is actually going to lead somewhere, this conflict that's happening, that's developing right in front of our eyes.
Chapter 5, from Leo's point of view. I looked at Mikey and said, Mikey, if we turn human, promise me that you will still love me, not 1 or 3.
Nah, I can't have sex with a human. I can't love something that's not a huge mutated turtle thing.
Julius, promise me that if I turn into a bird, you'll still record with me.
Dude, it would be dope if you were like an actual bird, but with the mind of a person. We'd be so popular. We'd probably get a lot more views that way. I'm all for the bird transformation. I support you.
Raph looks at Donnie and motions for him to come closer. Donnie goes closer to Raph and listens to Mikey and me. Mikey says,
I promise, I'd never stop loving you.
Raph looked at Donnie, who was probably thinking about April. Raph smacked Donnie, who said,
Ow, what was that for, bro?
Raph said,
You need to focus.
Raph Man, Raph's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
I mean,
I kiss
that's true to the show too.
I kiss Mikey, who kisses me back. Raph holds back a laugh, so does Donnie. Mikey pulls away and starts walking toward the train car. I follow him. Raph and Donnie follow behind us. When we all get in the train car, everyone sits where they're supposed to be. I then head us off. After a few minutes, we arrive at the place where Shredder wanted to us go. Where Shredder wanted to us go? What? I thought I read that and just didn't comprehend it, and I read it again and no, it's just that my mind is broken.
Riveting description.
The author's beating us.
To be continued, and by the way, that were a lot of commas and no period in that sentence.
This final chapter is going to be all you, Julius.
Finally.
There's no dialogue, it's just all from Raphael's point of view.
Yeah. Chapter 6, from Raph's point of view.
That's the name. Nothing else to say about this one. I get out of the train car and to see the Shredder. After a few seconds, Leo, Mikey, and Donnie come out and we spot the machine. A robot grabs Leo and brings him into the machine. After a few seconds, Leo has turned into a human. He is a 15-year-old boy with green eyes and is wearing a blue bandana and a turtle costume. What?
Why did he
Why?
get a turtle costume? He wasn't wearing a turtle costume. Why would he have one now?
So people know they're the Ninja Turtles, I guess. Or maybe it's reverse psychology and this is to stay undercover because, like, if the turtles turned into humans, who would be the least... Like, who would you least be likely expect to... who would you least likely expect them to be? Of course, the guys in turtle costumes, because that would be stupid, so you're not gonna assume that they are the turtles, you know? Reverse psychology.
Guess.
And if you ever were a OKD boy, girl, or OKD person, press the like button.
Yeah, you're valid. After a few more seconds, a robot drags me into the machine. After a few seconds, I'm turned into a human. I'm a 15-year-old boy with brown eyes, and I'm also wearing a turtle costume and a red bandana. After a few more seconds, a robot drags Mikey into the machine. This is beginning to sound very familiar. After a few seconds, he gets turned into a human. He is a 15-year-old boy with blue eyes. He is also wearing a turtle's costume and a orange bandana. After a few more seconds, a robot drags Donnie into the machine. After a few seconds, Donnie is turned into a human. He is a 15-year-old boy with brown eyes. He is also wearing a turtle costume and a purple bandana. After a few more seconds, Julius gets dragged into the machine. He turns into a 15-year-old boy in a fox costume with green eyes and a brown bandana. The end. Riveting. What a great chapter.
What is even happening here? Like, why is the Shredder turning them into humans? Why was this his master plan?
And so they agreed to this. They went to the Shredder to let themselves be turned into humans, I guess.
It just doesn't make any sense. They just do this and it's just suddenly the end now that they're all humans. There's no fight, there's no conflict.
Oh yeah,
there's no resolution.
This really is the end. This is not even...
Wait, in chapter 2 they said the Krang are back and are trying to destroy the Earth and also mutate them into humans. Why not just destroy the Earth?
Guys, I literally, somehow I didn't get that it's at the end. Like, I read it, but it didn't... Like, my brain didn't process it. I didn't comprehend the meaning of it, and just still assumed that this was just an abandoned story, but no, this is the end.
Yeah, I told you, this is completed.
We don't
This
even
is considered
know if they still love each other as humans.
We
What
don't know
was
if the
the
Earth is going to be
point?
destroyed.
Maybe that's the trick. He will break your mind, and then you don't realize it's the end, so you think you didn't finish the story. So the author wrote, but I will be surprised if you are able to finish the story.
Well, we finished it.
Well, the author
is-
didn't know that I already took a half of Fluffy and I'm now immune to mind-breaking stories. Because you can't break what's already broken.
So, just so you know, in the reviews, I Have No Life 17 responds to Chapter 6 by saying, "You're right, this is sorta confusing. Just sorta."
Not gonna disagree here. And then Vicky86 says, "Funge, it's really cute bit."
Yeah. You can see Vicky's favorite pairing, too, is there, so I guess that's why she liked the story.
I guess,
You got
yeah.
Leo and Mikey there.
Yeah, makes sense. I like the story.
I can't imagine that's a popular pairing among the turtles. I think Leo has more... I don't think both Leo and Michelangelo have more romantic chemistry with Raphael. Like, in... If I were to force myself to ship the turtles with each other, which I don't want to do, that's kind of where I would sit. So... Ugh.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the adaptations, so I can't talk on that. Gotta say though, this has to be the greatest from someone who has not seen any of the Turtles series or movies or whatever there is. Let me just say this is the greatest TMNT piece of media since that one German pickle commercial.
Aw. I'm glad this was your first real introduction to the Turtles then.
Yeah, I guess.
This is exactly what the show is like. Just the turtles kissing each other and getting turned into human boys.
Yeah,
They're like Pinocchio, but turtles.
that's the credit sequence where I dragged into machines and turned into humans, and then the show is over. And the next episode we are turtles again, but at the credits again, dragged into machine, turned into humans.
It's a never-ending hell. So yeah, just don't review or contact the author, or we will also drag you into a machine and turn you into a human boy wearing a turtle costume.
Yeah, and you'll be specifically 15 years old. We also have a public Discord server where you can hang out with us, and we have a request form where if you find any bad media, especially fanfictions that you think would be funny for us to cover, you can put them there. Though we are more likely to cover them if they're one funny, of course, and for the other thing, on the shorter side. And there's also a Tumblr and a TikTok, and all I can say is, if you do not like, then do not read. Bye.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks for watching.